Now it's time for more of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk Hookup. Get ready for more of the best fishing information and the hottest tips on improving your angling skills. Let's Talk Hookup is sponsored in part by Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup. Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. And now, Southern California's sports fishing voice, the hosts of Let's Talk Hookup, Pete Gray, Rock Cod Rick Maxa, and Corey Sandin.
And welcome back. Hour number 2, Let's Talk Hookup, right here on the Let's Talk Hookup app and the mightier 1090 ESPN Radio. Pete Gray here with Rock Cod Rick Maxa in the world headquarters of Let's Talk Hookup here, right in the heart of sport fishing here of Southern California, San Diego, Point Loma. What a great couple of guests we have here. From Fast Lane Kayaks in Mission Bay, we have Ron Lane and Joe Butler from YakAttack products, which are specifically made to go on kayaks. But we just learned a lot more than that, too. We also just learned, too, that this is President's Day weekend, and our San Diego County Ford dealers have incredible deals on Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs. So if you're in the market, go see the guys at the San Diego County Ford dealers. They'll hook you up.
Always a great time to buy a new F-150, but there's certain times of the year that are just better than others.
Absolutely.
President's Day weekend is one of those big opportunities, man. This is a great weekend to just go pull the trigger and make it happen.
It's not just hype. It's a real deal thing because they have rebates. They have special incentives. So if you're in the market, it ends Monday. So go to your San Diego County Ford dealers and get hooked up for sure. Hey, let's talk to Mr. Bill DePriest from the PCS show. Good morning, Bill.
Hey, Bill.
Hey, guys, how are you doing?
Doing great. It's getting closer, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we spent like 12 hours over at the fairgrounds yesterday measuring, trying to fit more stuff in there. So been a struggle, but it's going to be amazing. We're really excited.
Wow. So anything, so how are you going to fit all these I saw the vendor list this week. Holy mackerel. How are you going to fit all that stuff in there?
Pages.
Yeah.
Yeah, we took the big bulk space and put that out in the center and in the breezeways there. And yesterday we made a deal to fence off and go out behind the buildings and add more stuff there. So it's like I said, it's been an interesting deal, but we are so excited, blessed, and thankful for the opportunity that we have.
Yeah, for sure. So what are some of the highlights in your eyes of the Pacific Coast Sport Fishing Festival or show, otherwise known as the PCS show, which is coming up March 7th through the 11th at the 7th through the 10th at the Costa Mesa Orange County Fairgrounds?
Yeah, I would say that the retail side of things is amazing. I mean, Fisherman's Landing Tackle is going to be there along with all the other big shops. The retail side is amazing for deals. The family fun with, Prehistoric J and the Free Kids Trout Pond and the gold panning and the Gayutaco fish prints is going to be great for the family. The seminars, we're going to be releasing speakers on Tuesday. And when you get a list of these guys, you're going to be pretty amazed. We put together an amazing group of people that are very hard to get an opportunity to listen to. And I think people are going to be really excited. And more boats than we've ever had. The boat and the electronic side. I know that Furuno's launching their brand new systems at our show. It's the very first time in the West Coast it's ever been there. We have a reel company launching a brand new reel that's never been seen, and some specials that are going to blow people's socks off. So it's exciting.
Yeah, I know Joe at Johnson Hicks Marine's going to be there. I was talking to Joe this week, and he's got a whole bunch of stuff that he's going to be offering, and super good shop there to get your electronics set up.
Yeah, all the electronics manufacturers have full manufacturer booths, so you get the opportunity to look at all the different stuff and then go over and buy it from Joe there. So it really encompasses a great opportunity.
Those are always my favorite opportunities at the show, when you can talk to the manufacturer and they get to give you the rundown on all of their products. So, obviously they're going to tell you the highlights of everything. Then you can go to somebody like Johnson Hicks who, in the best way, they don't care what you buy. They're just there to service what's going to be the best thing for your boat. So you get the full knowledge. One day at that show is going to do 100 times more than any self-research you can do. You can actually see the units and see how they work and see how, one might be easier to use, one might be more technical, one might, whatever it is, it's a rad opportunity.
Yeah, the other thing that's really great is the support we've got from the sport boat fleet. we have every landing in San Diego, including Seaforth and up the coast to Santa Barbara. So all the charter boats, most of the long-range boats are going to be there for you guys to book charters. It's just, again, it's a great opportunity in one place, one time to see everybody.
Yeah, fantastic.
Wait,
so fill us in. When is it? How do we get there?
March 7th through 10th, you can go on sportfishingfestival.com and buy tickets. The hours, Thursday and Friday, 12 to 7, Saturday, 10 to 7, and Sunday, 10 to 5.
All right. Bill, we'll be talking to you soon and looking forward to the show just a couple weeks away.
Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah, it sounds like Ron's got some great seminars today down at the San Diego show and some good giveaways, so sounds exciting as well.
Yeah, for sure. No doubt about it. Hey, Bill, thanks for joining us. Appreciate that.
Thanks, Bill.
Thanks for joining us. And speaking of which, Bart Hall's on the line. Good morning, Bart.
Speaking of San Diego.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Hi, Bart.
Good morning, guys.
Hey,
how are you?
We've been talking about you all morning here.
I'm listening, and I guess imitation is the most sincere form of flattery, so I guess I was just imitated there, too, as well.
Yeah.
How you doing, Ron?
Hey, I'm the happiest one. Our booth was full yesterday, and the seminars were going off. And I got to tell you a funny story. I had this little guy march into our booth yesterday, and Ava looks at him and says, "What do you got in the bag?" And he goes, "I have trout." and he said, it's so funny. He puts his little bag down and he opens it up and there's 3 big old trout in the bag and he's walking around the boat show with them. And
That's funny.
His dad was standing in the aisle watching him and just laughing.
Well, I can mirror that exact same story because I came home from work on Thursday and I was greeted with Wyatt, my boy, who ran to the refrigerator to open up a Ziploc bag that had 2 trout in it.
Is that right?
And his best buddy, not his best buddy Waylon, that's his brother, his best buddy Tony, who's staying at our house for the week with his mom, or my, Dallas's girlfriend staying with us, and he came running over to show me his. So we had 3 trout in the fridge that those guys all brought home. That the girls took the boys to the Bart Hall show and had a blast.
That was really cute. I saw those guys.
Same thing, man. The trout was like the biggest deal, and just like at Long Beach, they were on every boat, climbing, duck racing, the whole nine.
You know, Morgan Prominence came by yesterday, and he's been the Hobie poster boy forever, and he has a son named Ozzy, and the little guy looked just the same age as your little guys that were in that little wagon they were pulling around the boat show, and he went over and got his first trout.
That's so
pond.
rad.
And it got me thinking, Jared's first trout, my son, was at that pond.
Yeah.
And his son, Fisher, his first trout was at that pond. So there's some history there, Bart.
And I loved it when we got there. The bags were marked Wyatt's first trout. Yeah, and that was exactly the case. And the trout were biting, I hear, Bart.
Yeah, well, they're really big. The beverage is so big that we had to re-rig all the rods with heavier line and bigger hooks. So
that's what I thought. Those were big trout for them.
That's so cool.
Very big trout, and it's, and the thing is, yesterday I must have had, again, hundreds of people come up to me, thank you for being back. We were forced to be out of business for a couple of years, and that's over now, and we're returning, and it's just wonderful to see people so happy, and people remember, and they come back. And we were thinking about that trout pond. Conservative estimate, over the last 76 years, 1.5 million kids in there. Now, they all grew up, got married, had kids of their own, some grandkids. The number of anglers that we've created through these events is incalculable. Everybody that the dealers are selling to probably started, a long time ago here. So we're really proud. And
well, I have a note right here that I wrote myself to make sure I told you, is I just think we're so lucky to have the Fred Hall, then the Bart Hall shows in San Diego. It's been such a kickoff for the season for us here in San Diego. We're lucky to have that show. And I think all you listeners need to get in your cars and go support this, because you're going to learn something. You're probably going to find some tackle you need. I know I was looking around in there and going, I better I better leave my wallet in the car. Come home with too much stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to do.
I've talked to a couple of major retailers, and they're doing real well. But the deals can't last forever. I think one of the best deals may not make it till Sunday. But anyway, the thing I'm really proud about is that when it comes to boats, no one in Southern California has more boats than we have. This show has more boats than Long Beach has. It is so fantastic. Every kind of boat you want, fishing boats, towboats, pontoon boats, inflatables, all displayed out there, and they're taking up the entire O'Brien Hall and half of the Bing Crosby Hall, and then Ron takes up the other half. I think you got 120 feet, and across from you we were talking about Fords earlier. The San Diego County Ford dealers has a large display. You can come look at those trucks today and then go buy them tomorrow.
With at the President's Day weekend sell-a-thon sale price.
Absolutely, and they're all over the place. I got some electric 150 up in the first room with a Yamaha boat behind it. Yeah, they're all over the place, and we really appreciate their support. We've been with them for a long time, and I might go buy one. I need a new car.
Yeah, it's time. This is the weekend. Yeah. Hey, Bart, how do we find you, and what are the hours?
Well, we're open today from 10 until 7. This is our longest day. This is the day with the most seminars. You're not going to find a seminar list like this. Pat McDonald has done an unbelievable job, and the variety is fantastic. And then tomorrow we open at 10 and close at 5. So come on out today, 10 to 7, at the Del Mar Fairgrounds, and see Ron.
And bring your kids.
Bring your kids. Yeah, your kids are going to have a great time. All the activities for kids are inside the tent. Big tent, all indoors. We've got the duck races. We've got the casting from Fish and Wildlife. We've got an air gun range. We've got trout pond. We've got ice cream in there for them. Come on in. It's going to be fun.
There you go. All right, we'll see you at the Del Mar Fairgrounds today, and go by the Fastlane booth. We'll continue to talk about all the great stuff in the Fastlane booth. Thanks, Bart. Nice to hear from you.
Bye, guys.
All right, with that said, we're going to find out what's biting out there. It is time for the catch report. Today, our FishDope.com report, sponsored by Norrisk Lithium Batteries. They're here in Southern California, designed specifically for marine use. Norrisk Lithium features prismatic cells for extreme durability, solid connections, longevity, and reliability. The Norrisk Guardian Advanced Battery Management System allows you to monitor the health and charging status by an app on your phone. Norrisk also makes a complete line of kayak and electric reel batteries. Make an investment in the very best for your boat or kayak. That's Norrisk Lithium. Check NorriskLithium.com or go see the Trolling Motor Doctor or Anglers Marine for your Norrisk Lithium batteries.
You know, after last week's show, I ordered one of the Norrisk Lithiums at NorriskLithium.com. It came yesterday.
Hey, all right.
How fast is that, right? From Minnesota, eh?
And how wild was it when you picked up the box? It didn't feel like there could possibly be a battery in it.
30-amp battery, and it weighs like nothing.
That's so cool, dude.
I mean, it'll run my electric reel for like days.
So cool.
They're unbelievable. Yeah. So I'd encourage you, NorriskLithium.com. Order them. They're like, they ship them right away.
That's right.
It's pretty cool.
Well, with that said, we're going to find out what's going on the water with our private boater buddy, the man, Captain Mark Wish, has got that FishDope.com report. Good morning, Mark.
Hey, good morning, Ricky, Pete, Ron, Joe. Great show here. Fun listening to you guys. And I got a trout story, too. My first fish ever was a trout from the Big Sur River when I was like 5 years old.
Big Sur River?
A long time ago.
Yeah.
But, so, anyway, guys, we kind of lucked out with the weather this time last weekend. You know, they were forecasting another giant storm. We're supposed to be getting blasted right now. Unfortunately, for the guys going fishing and the guys going to the show, it's slowed down, and it feels like it's kind of maybe winding down a little bit. So we are going to get wet here over the next few days, but it doesn't seem to have much wind with it, so it's not going to have too much effect on the water, at least at this point in time. As to some reports, man, I wish it was midsummer, but it's not. It's mid-February, and we just got to deal with it. But so we do got to take advantage of our weather windows when we get them and target what's available, which are, in terms of the gamesters, halibut, sea bass, and yellows. So not much on the wintertime yellows yet. Hopefully it gets started. And a lot of times Catalina and Clemente, we see some really good wintertime yellowtail fishing, but soon coming. And then the halibut fishing has really been pretty good. That's definitely been the headliners. The Channel Islands has got a little bit of squid around it, more than a little bit actually, and a nice sprinkle of halibut and sea bass mixed in there. But up there, the weather's always an issue. You got to pick your days carefully. Closer to home, halibut are definitely the headliners here in this area, stretch from like the middle of Palos Verdes, just below the closure line, down to outside the Pedro Light and inside the hard bottom on the Horseshoe, and then down to the hard bottom zone off Huntington Beach. That's all. And it's a pretty good stretch. That's like 20 miles, close to 20 miles. But it's all kicking out some really nice ones. Best fish this week here was over 30 pounds. So that's definitely worth paying attention to. Now, the third part of our winter trifecta are those magical, mystical white sea bass.
Yeah.
And they really do exist, guys. They are out there.
Come on, they're not a ghost?
They might be ghostly, but they do exist, although they definitely drive people crazy. Sure did drive me nuts, so I learned a little bit about them. But just got a call from Danny at Fish Dope this morning. He checked in with a confirmed Catalina catch. One of his contacts had a really nice one from the bait grounds above Ben Weston here a couple of days ago, and that's one of the top wintertime spots where you can expect to find some sea bass. So don't have a whole lot to say about that right at the moment because there just hasn't been much reports. There's a few guys out now I know of, so we will get some reports here over the next day or so. So that'll be good. But I think for next week's report, we're probably going to take the whole report and just talk about wintertime fishing over at Catalina for sea bass. You know, I've got some experience with that. So we'll share some tips and tricks that will help you get on your game. But I'm telling you guys, if you want to be a meaningful sea bass fisherman, the one thing you can noodle on is you got to be intentional. You got to fish for them. You'll catch one occasionally just doing whatever, but if you want to be a good sea bass fisherman, you got to be intentional. You got to fish for them, and that often means suffering through nighttime, cold weather, lots of wind, rough seas, and so on and so forth. But that's just what it takes.
That's about the best advice. Yeah. That's like the best tip you could ever give a guy, Mark. No doubt about it.
Yeah, but
not bycatch.
One thing you can do too is a little combination if you want, but then again, and go do a lobster thing this time of the year. But then again, you're taking your focus away. So, like Mark says,
intentional.
You want to be successful. You got to put the time in.
Put your time in. Hey, of course, fishdope.com. You heard Mark talking about it. Danny and the boys do such a great job. $30 off a new membership to fishdope.com using the code Hookup Now. Lowercase, no space. Hookup Now is your $20 code. And Mark, how do we find you?
Well, Pete, we're in Huntington Beach. Stores on the corner of Bolsa Chica and Edinger by a big Chevron station. And phone number is area code 714-840-4262. The website's PacificEdgeTackle.com. And we'll be talking sea bass next week, one way or the other.
All right, Mark. Appreciate that very much. And we will talk to you and sea bass next week.
Thanks.
You got it. We'll see you guys.
Appreciate that. All right. Now let's head on down to San Diego over to Seaforth Sport Fishing and check in with our buddy Marcos. Marcos, what's going on at Seaforth?
Good morning. How's everyone doing today?
Doing good, buddy. Everything's great.
Not much changed from last week. Last time we talked there. Still very good white fishing, a little mix of other stuff on the half day, but last couple days here and hopefully today, they've been seeing some yellowtail on those half days. They haven't been able to get any on the boat yet. They haven't been cooperating. They've, been for some reason wanting to stay in the water, but they are still there. They're going to go back out there looking for them today. So if you want a shot at some February yellowtail, keep an eye on that, and hopefully that keeps up for a few days here and they manage to land some of those guys. So a little uneventful beyond that. The tribute did not get out this weekend. They didn't quite gather enough people to run, but they are a definite run next week, leaving Friday night on a day-and-a-half trip going down the coast there, hopefully getting the yellowtail, white sea bass, bottom fish, who knows, everything they can. Their first trip we've run down there in a while. The Pacific Voyager is out on a 2.5 day this weekend. I haven't heard from them yet, but hopefully they give us a good count and give us an idea of what the tribute might see there. So check the website, seaforthlanding.com. Got those half days running consistently here. Like I said, a little bit of weather rolling through the next few days here. We don't know yet if that's going to affect the fishing. We're going to keep an eye on that. A bit of a swell, not a lot of wind, so we'll see what happens. The tribute has those day-and-a-halves running on the weekends and Friday nights. But if you look a little further in the year, they've got lots of trips scheduled during the week, some Friday trips also in there. And I believe they're up to pretty much the whole summer here. San Diego is starting to schedule trips. They've got their schedule starting in May there, going offshore, looking around, and of course that can change depending on what the fishing's like at that point. The Aztec has some trips up there, so those summer trips are starting to pop up there. And as we've seen over the last few summers, the earlier you can make those reservations, the better off you are. Those trips, when they start filling, they fill really fast. So don't wait too long on those. Again, check the website, seaforthlanding.com. Give us a call at the office, 619-224-3383. Come down, visit some person, say hi to the guys, check out the restaurant next door, get on a boat and get out there fishing.
That's it, man. There's fishing to be had. Those yellows are definitely going to bite, and there's no such thing as being too early to get your spot, because just like you said, the second those boats get online and the fish start biting, the spots just evaporate. All good calls, Marcos. Appreciate everything, and we'll look forward to talking to you next week.
We'll talk to you then, guys.
Thanks, buddy. All right, appreciate that. And that's going to wrap up our Catch Report today, sponsored in part by the Fish Pros at Fisherman's Processing in San Diego, where you can get the premier processing experience. Check out their new and easier online system to book your processing orders for your long-range trips. Now with the addition of new team members, Fisherman's Processing stays far ahead of the rest. More same-day capacity, the finest customer service. Stop by their location in Old Town on Taylor Street, or check fishermansprocessing.com and make your reservation today.
If you want to have a good shot to get through and win one of those great packages, $200 in YakAttack package or Salty Crew package, your best shot is on the phones right now, 213-432-1090. Hey, Brian in San Carlos writes, great show. Question for Ron. As an avid halibut fisherman, I use live bait such as smelt. What are the options on the Hobie to store and manage live bait?
Hobie's got what I consider to be the best,
no doubt,
best bait tank on any kayak. And you know, when you're pedaling along and you hear a little hum and you know everything's going great, you know you got bait, it's just a good feeling. Now, I've had old tanks, other kinds of tanks we used to build, you know, we'd get those dog food things and it never seemed to work right. Well, these are killer. Pete, you've used one many times on the mothership trip.
Oh yeah. They're amazing.
Yeah, and so easy to use. Now, they make two sizes. I just get the small one because you don't really need 30 greenback mackerel and sitting back in there.
Maybe you do.
Maybe 20.
Yeah, depends how bad the sea lions are that day.
Yeah. Well, and I didn't want to lug around the big one that much.
Yeah. Now, what's the difference between the two?
A couple gallons.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, that's the standard one is great. It sucks water up through the scupper hole.
It's so perfect.
So easy to prime.
Well, all you got to do is go fast.
Yeah.
I've had guys call me from out at La Jolla. Hey, I hear it running, but it's not pumping water. I say, do me a favor, go real fast right now. Oh.
Yeah. Never mind.
Yeah, that's it. Never mind.
Hey, Brian, Joe, you have YakAttack accessories that fit on those bait tanks?
No, that's pretty much a proprietary Hobie thing. So we don't have anything that specifically fits there. I'm sure somebody could DIY something, MacGyver it, but it's not something that's specific to that.
Yeah.
But the Hobie tank comes with 3 rod holders on the back. Uh-huh. Most of the time, guys are adding 2 more on the sides.
Okay.
It's just a nice little package the way it comes. The battery's in it. It's a 6-volt battery, so it's not running that pump.
Is that a lithium battery?
No. You can get lithium.
You get lithium.
Yeah, the Bixby guys are making a little 6-volt lithium one. It ends up being, you know, the 6-volt one's pretty light anyway.
Yeah,
right.
And they last, you know, if you're charging those batteries, that is a key though. When you use those lead acid batteries, charge them back up. Mm-hmm. And then if you're not using them all winter long, charge one every couple months. Charge it up again.
For sure.
Don't just let it sit at 0.
Yeah, you don't want it sitting at 0.
Well, let's jump back on the phones, Rick.
You got it. How about this time we talk to Steve? Steve's calling us in Orange County this morning. Good morning, Steve. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, good morning, guys. How's everybody doing down there? I want to thank Pete and Ricky for always keeping me stoked about fishing. Ron Lane's got me stoked. I got a PA-12. I'm on it all the time. And a special shout out to Howie Stretch that you had on the show from Newport Vessels. I won the certificate. I have the motor on my Yak now 20 hours this week alone.
Wow.
It's the most epic thing I've done. And Pete, Bali Bagus Jiggy Jiggy, how was Endo?
Yeah, it was really good. I didn't learn any Indonesian, but it was really good. Yeah, it's a wonderful place.
Well,
so that Newport Vessels, do you guys sell that motor?
We can.
Yeah.
We can.
How fast can you go on with that motor?
Faster than you want to go. I mean, when you're in a kayak, you know, and you're going really fast, and you just make a turn, and it feels like you're gonna, you know, all your weight starts to shift to that wrong way. You're going, well, I don't know. I better slow this down a little bit.
That true, Steve?
It is. In fact, it totally changed the kayak. It's more like a small boat now. I'm setting up on my spots more like a boat, other than the kicking in and trying to get into a position. The motor's allowing me to just maneuver around and get the very first day I used it in the Spotty Bowl, which is a spotted bay bass tournament that's been going on down in SD and up here in Orange County. It was amazing. I was able to fish spotties inside, get my quota, turn the motor on, shoot out to the gap at Zuniga, picked up some calico and sand bass, and now I'm leading the trifecta division at Spotty Bowl.
Wow,
it was unreal.
Cool. Nice use. Yeah.
It was absolutely. My kayak goes directly inside my van, and I built a camper around it, so when it's inside, I can sleep, use the kitchen, and I even have a head in my van. It's really cool. I was just down in San Diego all weekend.
Oh, that's
awesome,
cool.
Steve. Good for you, man.
All right.
Yeah,
Glad you're enjoying that thing from that Newport Boats motor. Thanks a lot for the call and being a nice supporter of Let's Talk Hookup.
That's cool. I had a fun text to read, and it definitely reminded me of what's going on. It says, "Hey guys, my name is Evan. My dad and I are listening to the show right now, and my question is for Ron. Are you going to be hosting any kayak mothership charters in the future, or any fishing missions in the future?" And that's from Evan and his dad that are hanging out listening to the show.
Yeah, fishing missions. Yes, and that's a timing thing. We love doing fishing missions. I mean, if somebody's shopping for a kayak and they can go out and go fish a couple hours with a guide and try an Outback and try a pro angler, then dial in exactly what they want. It's a great thing. We just haven't had the staff to do it in the last couple of years, ever since COVID.
So when do you think it's going to happen?
Probably sometime this year.
Okay, in the spring maybe.
Yeah, and we're trying to work on that now, getting guide and you know, getting the people. Yeah, and
those are fun. And so what that is basically you get to use a Hobie kayak from Fastlane, and you go out with a group and a guide, and they put you on the spots and teach you how to fish from a kayak.
Right, and then we'll take a break, do a little debriefing, and then switch kayaks around, so you can try a couple of different boats.
That's cool.
It's a hugely successful program that we did. And, I mean, I think we were tracking at 50% of the people that went bought boats.
Yeah, we'll let you know here on Let's Talk Hookup.
Yeah, we'll have an ad for that.
Yeah.
Hey, when we come back, we got a lot more Let's Talk Hookup coming here, including more of your phone calls and texts. You stay tuned. More with Joe and Ron. This is Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty Year 1090 ESPN Radio and the Let's Talk Hookup app.
Get ready for the most exciting sports show of the year, the giant 14th Annual Pacific Coast Sport Fishing, Tackle, Boat, and Travel Show, March 7th to the 10th at the OC Fair and Event Center in Costa Mesa. Check out hundreds of sport fishing exhibitors, manufacturers, tackle dealers, fishing boats, and fishing resorts taking up all 7 halls at the fairgrounds. 217,000 square feet. Plus fantastic seminars and a free kids trout pond. Backed by popular demand, the PCS show also has freshwater to cover bass and trout. Learn from some of the top names in the sport fishing industry, from catching giant bluefin, swordfish, calico bass, and more. Take advantage of incredible show specials from major tackle retailers and boat dealers. Talk to the top fishing travel destinations. 4 full days, Thursday, March 7th to Sunday, March 10th. The 14th Annual Pacific Coast Sport Fishing, Tackle, Boat, and Travel Show at the OC Fair and Event Center in Costa Mesa. Don't miss it.
Hey, we're so lucky here in San Diego. We have fantastic weather and great fishing. We also have 3 great shops to take care of anglers. Hi, this is Ben, and you will see me at my dad's shop, Dana Landing in Mission Bay. We call it the one-stop shop for a great day on the water because it truly is. Food, bait, tackle, beverages, and more. Our tackle shop, headed by Johnny, is certainly one of the best. We have you covered from bay bass to big tuna. Plus, we have Doug, one of the finest reel repair guys around. For freshwater tackle, nothing beats East County Bait and Tackle. Jeet and the guys have the best stratum reels, the hottest lures, and live bait. Our newest shop is Lemon Grove Bait and Tackle, growing their stock of both fresh and saltwater tackle right in the heart of Lemon Grove. ECBT is at the end of the 67 freeway on Mapleview and Lakeside. Lemon Grove Bait and Tackle, 94 to Broadway in Lemon Grove, and Dana Landing is next to the Dana Lawn Tramp in Mission Bay. Check danalanding.com for more details.
The PCS show is coming, and we will have our best ever booth at the show. Hi, this is Doug Kern from Fisherman's Landing Tackle. Check us out in the wildly popular Saltwater Building at the PCS show in Costa Mesa, where we will have some amazing deals for you on rods, reels, lures, and clothing. Everything at the Fisherman's Landing Tackle booth will be on sale. And as always, our expert staff will help you select that perfect setup for the fish you want to pursue. For saltwater tackle at the PCS show, your best stop is the Fisherman's Landing Tackle booth.
Want to take your catch from fresh to superior grade? This is Robbie Gant from AFCO. We develop the tools for the EKGMA process. Circuit Breaker is specially designed to disable the full length of the fish's spinal cord. The memory-resistant wire of AFCO's Circuit Breaker will not bend or kink even after repeated use. Take your fish care to the next level with Circuit Breaker by AFCO. Available at a dealer near you or check out AFCO.com.
Like Robbie said, take your fish care to the next level with Circuit Breaker by AFCO. Check AFCO.com or your favorite tackle retailer.
Great fishing is what Seaforth Sports Fishing in Mission Bay is all about. With free parking and fully stocked tackle shop, Seaforth Sport Fishing is a favorite among anglers. Come aboard top boats like the Aztec, Cortez, Endeavor, Apollo, Outer Limits, Elgato Doe, Pride, Polaris Supreme, Tribute, Pacifica, Pacific Voyager, and the Voyager. Plus, the new Seaforth, Sea-Watch, and San Diego offer the finest half and full day trips available. Seaforth Sport Fishing. For charters or schedule, check seaforthlanding.com. Run by fishermen for fishermen in Mission Bay.
And welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Having a great time here this morning. So much going on. The hall show's going on right now. PCS coming up. The kayaks, the fishing. Big seminars today all day at the show. It's happening, man.
Yeah, for sure. And so many great texts coming through and some good phone calls. We need more phone calls.
Yeah,
so call
man.
us. 213-432-1090. $200 YakAttack package or a $200 Salty Crew package you want to get through. Here's one from Ron in Carlsbad. Hey, good morning, guys. Just a quick question regarding black packs. I own a couple black packs, one for my kayak and one for my long-range fishing, which is interesting. One thing that I would help is some internal rails to keep my Plano boxes separated. Any ideas on how I could make this addition?
I would say wait about 6 weeks.
We're finding out all kinds of stuff. So he's talking about taking black packs long-range fishing. Do you have a lot of people do that?
It is not something that a ton of people are doing right now, and I think that's because of a brand recognition type thing. But as more and more people are, have multiple boats, they use their kayak for the shorter duration stuff, but they still go offshore and do everything like that. And it's our job to make sure that we make the black pack and all the other accessories that we do adaptable to both types, and so that you naturally feel like, oh, of course I got to take my black pack with me on this because it's there. And so we have a lot of things in the hopper, so to speak, to make the black pack more adaptable to those environments. And I think that some of the things that we come out with in the next 4 to 6 months, you'll be like, oh yeah, man, if I've got a black pack, it's almost like having the base of it, and then you kind of are going to add it in and make it the way that you want to do it.
So you don't need to have multiple tackle boxes. You could just use this one for whatever.
Yeah, the box you had on the last long range trip we did, and the box I had, a black pack could do either one of those.
And the nice thing about the black pack is it's lightweight.
Yeah, that's it. That's where I was going with that.
And durable, right?
And easy to tie down.
Yeah.
Easy to lock down to where you're positioning it so you can leave your rods in it.
Right. Yeah, and not waterproof, but water resistant.
Yeah, and we've got some.
Well, it's waterproof enough. I mean,
yeah, I mean, if
it's raining on it, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, I would say this is like it's a great place to put a dry bag. If you've got to have it waterproof, put it in a dry bag. But other than that, yes, what you're saying is correct.
All right, Rick, you have a good one.
I thought so. Yeah. Hey, Pete, Rick, Ron, and Joe. As usual, what a great show. Several years ago, I bought a Pro Angler 12 from Ron, and I've since bought a whole bunch of accessories. I didn't buy a 14 because it wouldn't fit in my garage. My quick question for Ron is, could he describe what an electric motor options he has for the Hobie and what he would recommend for my boat? That's from Paul in Fountain Valley.
Well, that's interesting because when we talked earlier about the 3 different ways, you can put a motor on the back of the boat pretty easily with the adapter, and there's places, the ways to do that. And a lot of guys will use the Bixby because it's tidy. It's just a nice little package back there. And the other way is to use the cassette well, which is the easiest way because you just drop it down in there. And you're not using your Mirage Drive at that point, so your steering's the same, but then you have that pull it out, put it down. When you hang them on the back, it's always back there. So if you're putting it in the back of your pickup truck, it's sticking out. You have to take it off.
Right. Yeah, and if that 14 wouldn't have fit in there and you had to go with the 12, anything that you put on the back is going to make the boat effectively longer when you're putting it in your garage. So you may not be able to execute it that way because the way those things go up and down and the way that they pivot off of it, it does effectively make the boat longer.
Now, one of the things that we haven't talked about is the spot lock or the anchor setting on some of these motors, and that's pretty efficient if you're tournament fishing. You catch that fish, you're right on the spot. You don't want to drift off while you're measuring it, putting it back in the water, sending in the video, sending in the picture to the judges. So you're still right where you caught it, and you're right on that spot. So that's a huge feature, having it on the bow of the boat. So there's 3 different ways. All of those are easy there's plenty of videos online, YouTube videos, and we can outfit any of them.
Does, I know you've talked about it before, do one of those motor options then require you to do the registration thing? Is it a small enough thing you don't worry about? Like, where does that...
No.
Okay.
When you put a motor on a boat in California, you have to register it.
Got it.
So,
and you've been
like
through that
a caller
process
earlier that put his motor on his PA-14, he had to put a CF number.
Has to put a CF number, and the way to do that is wherever you bought your boat, call the dealer up and say, I need an MSO, Manufacturer Statement of Origin. We can go on the computer, pull it up. If we sold the boat, we have that ability to pull it up and print it for him, and he takes that, so that shows that it came from Hobie to Fastlane to them.
Okay, gotcha.
And then that's what they use to register a boat.
Okay. Very good.
Perfect.
Hey, guys, we haven't heard from in a long time. Mike from the Tribute's on the line. Good morning, Mike.
Hey, morning, Mike.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, it's a bit of a boatwork session going on here a couple of months.
Well, nice to hear from you. So things must be progressing in the boatwork, and you're ready for action.
We are. We have a Colonette trip Friday. It's a for sure go. There's 13 spots left. We kind of went back and forth on trying to figure if we were going to do a Baja freelance, which is a passport required thing, and there's a lot of interest in actually fishing Colonettes. We put up a specific Colonette trip, and we might be doing some more depending on what happens. I'm not going to say people are tired of bluefin, but with the majority of the coast not being able to fish rockfish right now, all of a sudden catching big reds, lingcod, and some yellowtail with a chance of bluefin doesn't sound all too shabby.
Yeah, I'd take that.
For sure. So the trip is a definite go. Leaves Friday?
It leaves Friday night and returns Sunday morning. And that's the thing, is when you get people like Katie Schmidt from the Intrepid office saying, man, I would love to be on a trip that just fished Colonette. And so we put it up, and we instantly had a bunch of guys and probably gals jump on it. We'll be headed down Friday night, and I would imagine we'll probably pick up a few more people here at the show today. Still hard to not call it Fred Hall.
For sure, yeah.
Right?
Well, Bart Hall, Fred Hall, and yeah, are you going to be in the C4 Sport Fishing booth at the Bart Hall show?
I will be probably midday on, so I got to do a little bit of boat work. We some pretty big changes. Well, we do way too much boat work every year, no exception. We did change our bunk room around a little bit to new Coast Guard standards. As far as we eliminated 6 of our really into our sleeping capacity. New fire escape, but we do have a walk-through bunk room now. You walk down one side, it's a horseshoe shape. Shopping, really nice. Actually, really nice addition. It just wasn't something normally would be planned on, but we like it.
Yeah, cool. That sounds cool. So you go see Mike and sign up for that trip this coming weekend at the Bart Hall show today. And if we can't get down to the show, how do we find you and book that trip?
Give Seaforth Landing a call, 619-224-3383. SeaforthLanding.com, SeaforthSportFishing.com, TributeSportFishing.com. And we'll try to get some pictures posted up. But yeah, we will. Been a long week. I got married on Saturday and trying to sneak boat work.
Wait a minute. You got married on Saturday?
I guess that's a busy week.
Yeah, congratulations.
Oh, man.
Congrats, buddy.
Well, thank you. Yes, made her Mrs. Pritchard. So.
Congratulations
cool,
on that.
bro.
And we'll see you at the show. Thanks a lot for the call this morning.
Thank you, guys.
All right,
See you, Mike.
Appreciate it. Wow, that's big news,
That's
huh?
rad,
I was
man.
like, oh, by the way, I got married. By the way,
that happened.
Yeah,
Real busy this week.
Yeah,
horseshoes, horseshoe rooms, nice, boat work.
Yeah.
Oh, and I got married.
Yeah.
Good job, Mike.
All right. You have a great text?
Yeah, I thought so. It says battery storage on inflatable kayaks. The open deck design on Hobie's inflatable kayaks would mean the batteries, I'm assuming, need storage containers. What do you guys feel is the best way to have batteries isolated in for my inflatable kayaks? That's from Norman in San Diego.
God, great question.
Yeah.
The batteries we sell weigh 1 pound.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Yeah, they're 1
Crazy.
pound that run your fish finder all day long. And on the back of the Hobie Lynx and on the inflatables, the seats have little pockets. And we put all the fittings in a little teeny waterproof box, the size you put keys in, and it's connected to the battery, and it just sits in the pocket in the back. It's just out of the way. Waterproof.
That's cool. So you don't have to worry about it.
If you're using it for a fish finder, then you also have the cell block from YakAttack, and we have a cell block switchblade combo.
What is that?
So it is actually a box that's designed waterproof to be for running a battery in conjunction with our switchblade to put it all as one unit so that it could go from boat to boat. So you could mount it, like Ron's got this decking piece that he's put together for the inflatables, and you could put that all in one thing, and then if you wanted to move it because you had an Outback or something like that, you could take that whole unit off.
Well, and what's nice is the switchblade and the fish finder fit right on top of that box.
Yes.
So it's just a little package.
That's cool.
Super easy.
Yeah. You guys have that at Fastlane?
Oh, absolutely.
So, what was it called again? Cell block?
Cell block, and it's and we have a combo kit with the switchblade.
Okay.
So if you're going to do it all in one, you do that, and we've got batteries too.
Sounds cool.
That switchblade is the thing
mount for the transducer.
Yeah, flips right down into the water.
That's cool.
And it has a place to put the fish finder mount right on top of it. So it's a combo.
That's cool.
Yeah, it
Nice.
works great.
Hey, Dane from Huntington Beach says, good morning, guys. Great show. I love Salty Crew clothing, especially the flannel collection. Yeah, it's good stuff. Ron's got one. He's sporting one right now. And the Midway Tech collection. Do you plan on coming out with any visors?
Oh, I did see one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Of course, we should say Salty Crew is a creation of Ron's sons and Jared and Hayden. But you're a retailer for Salty Crew.
Huge.
Yeah, probably the biggest in San Diego, or at least close to it.
You do a lot of stuff. So
I just can't believe how it sells. It just flies off the shelf.
And their headquarters is right above you.
The crow's nest.
So you have a little influence in what's going on in there, right?
I have no influence.
No influence whatsoever.
But I do have a good supply of swag.
Yeah, you do.
I think Ron's influence on him is this whole culture, the whole culture of the fast lane shop. Like I was talking with the guys that work there yesterday as we were closing down the event, and it just, it's a great place to just be. Like, there's just great people. And, like, if you're looking for a place to work and be involved in, like, kayaking and fishing and stuff like that, I mean, there's not a better place to come in San Diego than working for Ron and Debbie and Ava. The Lane family is just a fantastic, and there's like so many people that have gone on to do so many things over the years that have worked at Fastlane. It is just, you learn so much from being there, and the Logan and God, I can't remember. Colin. Talking with them yesterday, it's just like they are excited to be there. They enjoy doing it, and they work as a team. And I think that's one of the things about being there. So, any of you guys that are interested and you want to do some of this stuff like that, it's a good place to go. Hey, fire off that resume to Ron.
Yeah. And speaking of resumes, we got these little guys. Ben. He just did that ad. Ben Pinard. Ben's one of our little Grom squad, and he has a passport kayak.
Yeah. Okay.
And they're right at that age where they're their own captains.
Yeah.
Fisher, Jared's son, Fisher Lane, and Ben, and then one of the Prindle kids.
And that's like 11, something like that.
They started at around 8 or 9.
Yeah, they started even earlier than that. Yeah.
Ben's a little. This is like their third year, and they're getting their legs, and to watch those guys take off in their little kayaks and go fishing, I gotta tell you, that's pretty cool. Now, you dads that are out there with your pro anglers, stop by and look at the passport for your kids.
How much does passport weigh?
They're about 60 pounds, 70 pounds, and there's a thermoform version that's very inexpensive, and we have a bunch of them left. We bought a bunch when they switched to rotomolding them, but that's not the point. The point is, it's a very good starter kayak that anybody can use, and it's inexpensive. And I got to tell you, those Groms in those boats, they're having a ball.
Does it have Mirage Drive?
Mirage Drive, have to.
Wow.
Yeah, have to. Kids don't have upper body strength.
Yeah.
And in that.
But they have legs.
Oh, they're all over the place. They're going to be faster than you.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, another great text here from John in Carlsbad. He says, do inflatable kayaks have built-in area for fish finders, transducers, and other Hobies?
I'm sorry, I didn't.
The inflatables.
No, they do not have anything like pass-through, like what you see, like the Guardian stuff that you see on a Pro Angler and on the Outback and stuff like that. So you do have to use something like the YakAttack Switchblade in order to do that. But Ron and the team at Fastlane have put together a good package to put that on an inflatable. So it's kind of, I won't say it's plug and play because you're not plugging anything in, but it's strap it right on there and go.
You just put the seat on it. And now this design or this idea was pioneered by Chris Minnick.
Right.
Chris has one of every kind of kayak, and he started using these inflatables because they're so light.
Yeah.
And he was like throwing these over a fence, climbing over the fence, fishing some lake in L.A. So he had to have light, and he built this little plate that holds the 2 tracks to hold, the fish finder itself and the transducer arm, but he also puts rod holders all over it. So he actually has a plate that he designed that has like 6 rod holders on it. So yeah, we can outfit the inflatables, the Hobie inflatables, to have fish finders and holders, and
that's one of the coolest things about Fastlane is your custom shop can just kind of tailor the boat out however you're going to use it.
Well, you have the SeaDeck guys right next door, and they fabricate these incredible things.
They did. For you. They have that cutter that cuts all that SeaDeck.
Yeah.
They just cut what's that plastic? It has a starboard.
Starboard.
Yeah. So it's not like wood. It's not going to. You don't have to paint it or anything.
Lightweight, pops right in there.
Right, and so you can take it off, not use it, or you can put this plate on simply by putting
and mount your devices to that.
Right.
I'll bet you could mount some YakAttack devices to
that's what we're doing. It's like I will tell you, he's put some of our track pieces because we sell track, so he's installed the track on that starboard.
All right. Hey, Dana in OB says, I love my links. I usually have my tackle boxes inside the seat and back pocket. Do you have a real waterproof flat tackle box that fits under the seat?
Soon.
I see another smile. You know what?
Good job, Pete.
They thought of everything.
Yeah, they really did.
Well, look,
you guys are killing it.
We got 5 designers, right? And they are all in tune with what's going on. So we've got new stuff coming out all the time.
Obviously.
I saw a picture.
That's cool.
Oh, maybe he'll have to kill me now.
Hey, when we come back, we're going to find out who's got themselves $200 worth of YakAttack gear, along with that Salty Crew package. You stay tuned. There's more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way in the Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio and the Let's Talk Hookup app.
Hi, I'm Bart Hall, and I want to thank you for visiting our shows over the last 76 years. Many of you hearing this will have caught your first fish at the Kids Fish Free Trout Pond. And this year at the Bart Hall shows, February 15th to 18th at the Del Mar Fairgrounds, we are going to gather once again to celebrate the passion of outdoor recreation. Please come and join us. And while you're there, stop by the Coastal Conservation Association of California booth and become a member. California needs your help, and CCA-Cal is the only organization with any chance of protecting our fishing access. This year, CCA-Cal will start the Star Tournament in Southern California. This is one of the nation's most successful fishing tournaments, but it is the first time it's been introduced to California. Win fabulous prizes, including a brand new Parker boat and Yamaha motor. Learn all the details of the Star Fishing Tournament at the CCA-Cal booth at the Bart Hall shows. Details at hallshows.com.
For your next fishing adventure, check Point Loma Sport Fishing. They offer half-day trips on the Daily Double and full-day trips on the Mission Bell every day. Perfect for novice or seasoned fishermen. Point Loma Sport Fishing also offers overnight to multi-day trips on the American Angler, Vagabond, Intrepid, Independence, Loan, T-Bird, Game Changer, and more. Visit PointLomaSportFishing.com where you can purchase tickets online. Want to go fishing? Point Loma Sport Fishing has you covered.
This is Captain Art Taylor from Searcher Sport Fishing. Your hook is one of the most important links to catching fish. And at Searcher Sport Fishing, we use and recommend Gamakatsu hooks. The Gamakatsu Nautilus hook is best for tuna. And now with a variety of sizes all the way down to size 4, Gamakatsu hooks are the ones to use. It's important to be prepared with the right tackle when you come aboard Searcher, so that should include Gamakatsu hooks.
When it comes to fishing rods for saltwater, there's just one name you need to know, CalStar. Take, for example, the Graphiter series. It's a true graphite and fiberglass composite rod, the finest it's ever been built. And for anglers seeking traditional performance, durability, and quality at an affordable price, the CalStar West Coast series of rods and blanks are the ones for you. Their master craftsmen bring decades of rod building experience to every rod they make. So if you want your fishing rods to be truly state-of-the-art, I always recommend CalStar at fine tackle stores everywhere.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. All right, Ron is going to do us the honors of flipping the prize coin, and so
see who wins
what.
Yeah,
this is going to be for the YakAttack package.
Here we go.
Okay.
All right, so the coin for YakAttack is going to our caller, and the caller winner was Roy in San Diego. $200 shopping spree of YakAttack goods at Fast Lane Sailing, and that means our texter winner, also $200 in Salty Crew gear at Fast Lane, is going to Evan James. Congratulations, you guys! You are so stoked.
Yeah, and congratulations to that. And hey, Joe, what a nice addition to have you here. And you're going to be in the Fast Lane booth here, right?
Yeah,
YakAttack.
I had such a blast today. It's been a blast to be around this area and just
what's up, fight fans? Welcome to Hit the Bell with me,
cool having you on here on the other
UFC
coast.
298 is upon
sure.
us.
And if somebody wants more information on YakAttack products, like some of the new stuff that we revealed today,
so I would say that number one, you want to go to Fastlane Sports because those guys always are a large launch partner with us. They always take the stuff brand new. So that'll actually always be the quickest place to get the new stuff from us. Would be to go to your local retailer. But if you want to do some research, obviously you can go see us at YakAttack.us online.
Okay, great. And of course, Ron, today and tomorrow at the Bart Hall show in Del Mar, right?
Absolutely.
You're going to be there. Of course, you can win a Lynx kayak. Just attend any of the seminars there, and you can win a Lynx.
And the odds are going to be really good. That's what's crazy because there's not that many people sitting at each seminar.
Yeah.
It's $200 boat.
It's wild. About $3,200 boat.
$3,200 boat you could win.
Yeah. So
maybe see if
just attend the seminar. So Fast Lane Sailing, of course, right in Mission Bay. Bay next to Dana Landing. Yeah, and at the show today, and the Del Mar Fairgrounds, and tomorrow.
And just give us a call if you have any questions, 619-222-0766.
Well, thanks, guys. Appreciate you. And thanks to Christian for what he does tomorrow. What a great show. Captain Jim Hughes, our annual appearance from the man from the Cortez at C4 Sport Fishing. That's going to be a great show, 7 and 9 a.m. And thanks to Adam for all he does. And thanks to you out there. We'll see you tomorrow morning right back here on the Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio and the Let's Talk Hookup.
Everybody to go watch that fight over again if you're an MMA fan.